Playboi Carti accused of SA not the zesty vampire. Let's see what this is about.
I have a recording of him yelling at me after he SA'd my friend. And after I tweeted about what Uno the activist did to me, he
Uno?
in a hotel room.
What?
And I was by Ian Connor and Thousand Band Fawny.
How is he? Wait. Listen, ma'am, I just want to say, for anybody that's going through this, as somebody who's been through some things, you know what I'm saying? Terrible. This is terrible. But I just want to say this too, like for this young lady who just said that. You got into this many altercations with this many guys, like it starts to wonder, like, what's your self-image? Like, what's your self-worth like for you to keeps happening? Like, I'm not even downplaying her accusations, but like, dang, how many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 rappers that did crazy things to you. Like, is this a type that you just keep gravitating towards, or like there's just something off? Is all I'm gonna say. That's weird.
I'm dead ass, bro. I ain't broke. I can pay somebody to do some shit, bro. I don't fight, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me about no false shit.
So, one of Carti's old classmates has come out to expose him for allegedly SAing her friend.
That's
with
crazy.
Them, the activist apparently hurting this girl, and Thousand Band Fawny and Ian Connor touching her.
Like, why is there so many rappers
this girl
that
even had tweets about this all the way back around?
Considering the fact that Ian Connor grabbed my and threatened to punch. Oh, never mind. Yeah, never. This is low key. She said this. I'm about to say, because it sounded like she kind of was just like, I'm not even one of those guys who's like, believe the victims 100% or don't believe the victims. But whenever something smells like doo doo, I'm gonna let you know that it smells like doo doo. But like, she said that this was 10 years ago. She said this. I ain't gonna lie. There's no way she like wrote that 10 years ago to then come back and go, I'm gonna use this to like, shit. Carti, vampire.
16 and 20.
Honestly though, no. I'm gonna let it go finish.
From when it happened, and even a phone call recording.
She got recordings.
Carti. There's a lot to cover, so let's just get into it. So this would all start a couple of days ago.
I've seen that TikTok. Look at Summer. Where are my city girls at? Look at Carti, man. He just looks like a badass kid, man.
Posted a TikTok showing off a high school yearbook, which
that looks like Giannis's wife.
Carti. This video went viral, gaining millions of views.
Is that how he got it? Since his name is Jordan Carter, did he take the Carter part of it and just make that Carti instead? Weird.
With comments ranging from the
Who is
facts
Eliana
Lacobucci to, of course, Playboi Carti.
Who is Lacobucci?
Now, after this video it gained a lot of attention, she decided to make a video in response to a Carti fan saying, "Never seen Carti before he was a vampire," where she would out of nowhere
it looks like we're not gonna find out who that is, y'all.
Whilst telling us she has a recording of the phone call after it all happened.
I have a recording of him yelling at me after he
Side note too, I don't mean to be insensitive, but this young lady is very beautiful.
My friend, and after crazy. I tweeted about what Uno the activist did to me, he in a hotel room, and I was by Ian Connor and Thousand Band Fawny, and I tweeted about all of those things, and then he called me and yelled at me for like 20 minutes, and I literally had myself on mute, like I didn't say a single word. And I tried posting the recording of it here on TikTok like 10 times, but even when I go through and meticulously censor all the curse words and everything, it gets removed. So I already have a strike on my account. I gave up on it. You guys aren't going to hear it. Sorry. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter or something one day. But something I can post is his old mixtape that he shared with me. This is probably somewhere else online. I think it might be on SoundCloud, but it's not in his discography on like Apple Music or Spotify or whatever.
Right.
But I found my old laptop from 2016 as well, and it's like completely untouched since 2016. And I found that mixtape in there, which I think he sent that to me. It must have been before 2016 because he graduated a couple years earlier than me. So
what about the mixtape thing? What does this have to do with? Who is that? Is that Playboi Carti? Whose mixtape is this? Never seen Carti before. Oh, this is Carti's mixtape. Oh shit.
Yeah, there's just little snippets. Anyways, also people ask me if I ever was friends with him or had classes with him. I took newspaper class with him, and we were friends. We weren't like best friends, but we were friends.
Right.
And like we would hang out outside of school and stuff like that. But then obviously the things that I mentioned at the beginning of the video happened, so we were not friends anymore. Yeah.
Right.
And to answer the questions about like Summer Walker, I was not friends with her at all. We just didn't like know each other. They were also like 2 grades above me, so I was a freshman in that photo. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I'll try to post that the recording of the call on Twitter. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want him to like sue me or something.
Right.
So maybe I just won't.
She went to
So
school
this girl in the video,
with Carti.
Carti didn't do anything directly to her. Carti apparently
friend.
did it to one of her friends. This
Right.
girl in the video here was apparently attacked by Uno and inappropriately touched by Ian Connor and Farney. So
Right.
first I'm going to go into the tweets and the phone call because that is probably what you all want to see first. So I myself went to her Twitter and found these tweets in regards to Carti. 13th
Right.
of April in 2016.
Considering the fact that Ian grabbed my and threatened to punch my friend in the face if she didn't kiss Carti. Ooh.
Considering the fact that Ian Connor grabbed my verse and threatened to punch my friend in the face of she didn't kiss Carti, plus the grape. It seemed like this tweet was in response to something, however it was deleted and we can no longer see it, not
Right.
giving us too much context why she replied this. 11th of September in 2017, a year
Oh, she's Alina Laco. I kept trying to figure out who was that, because like that lady just looked like she just looks like somebody who's famous or something. I don't know how to explain it. She has the look. But okay, that's her. Got you.
later,
Okay.
F. Playboi Carti
She's really
met
pretty,
the
man.
activist F. Curtis Williams from 2-9. This was in response to
This is at 3. I don't mean to laugh, but like at 3. She woke up at 3 in the morning on September 11th on 9/11, 3 o'clock in the morning, and just like tweeted this. What the
a tweet where it said F all these rappers that hurt
Right.
women with Black Silk Baby of
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. We do need as like black men, especially, we need to protect our women more, and like I ain't even gonna say hold people accountable, because at the end of the day, you really can only hold yourself accountable. What people do is what they're gonna do regardless of what you say. But like we gotta start definitely distancing ourselves from people who are showing signs early on, even if they haven't fully done it yet, that they obviously don't respect, don't protect, and don't cherish our women, because that's something we don't talk about and pay attention to enough. But I ain't even gonna lie though, too. When I hear Future, if she catch me cheating, I won't never tell her sorry. I ain't gonna lie, the shit sound hard as fuck. Like it's like I want to be this deep activist nigga who's like, yeah, fuck rappers and fuck anybody who says like fuck women or black women or is abusive towards women. But niggas do be having good music, and it's like, the fuck am I supposed to listen to, bro? I ain't gonna lie. Some of these niggas who be on that conscious walk, their music be trash as fuck. So it's kind of like, you got to do you at the end of the day, man. You got to do you. It's not your job to save the world. At the end of the day, it's on that person that's in that situation to get themselves up out of it at the end of the day. Nobody can take you out of a toxic relationship except you.
course alluding that these people here hurt her or women in general. Now I personally didn't know who Curtis Williams is, however after doing some research, he's
Curtis
an Atlanta
Williams.
artist and has worked with A$AP Rocky before. So
He
I'm
looks like he
presuming
punches
she was
women in the
hanging out with
face.
him too.
He has that Chris Brown hair and hat and beard. That's the beard. You see how it don't connect, kind of like DDG. He has the face of a nigga who punches women in the face, on God.
Or one of her friends were. And this Curtis dude may have done something to them. 8th
Dang,
of
yeah,
January
he looks like he did.
2019.
Excuse me, I have tea on Playboi Carti. Recent charges were dropped, but I witnessed him force himself on my friend. He threatened to kill me when I tried to expose it. I have recordings of this. Oh, shit.
Seemingly tried to get her story out there about the
shit.
situation that happened.
What
Around
the fuck?
2016, she would also put out tweets regarding Ian touching her without consent. Apparently, he grabbed her inappropriately.
Your friend Ian Connor fully grabbed my without my consent, saying, I like your as a response to me saying I like his shoes. So hold your friend accountable instead of tweeting like this. Message to all the cornballs.
appropriately while saying, I
Dang.
like your
Yo, she's been on it too. Look, bro, she's been, yo, my God, I ain't gonna lie. She's been aiming. Like, she's been, yeah, you can't even say, like I'm not even gonna say she's lying. Like I'm honestly I already kind of like believed her and didn't take what she said lightly, but I for sure like believe her because no person's gonna be this consistent about something non-existent over the years. Like a lies don't stand the test of time, and she's consistently been putting out this same message and this same story for 10 almost 10 next year will make it 10 years she's been doing this. So yeah, there's definitely she's not lying. I don't think she's lying at all.
verse.
And we do have rappers are known to be more handsy and less boundary driven and more just how I feel at the time anyways, because they have that ego or that sense of inflated self, you know what I mean? So that does make sense why a rapper like rappers grab girls' ass all the time or like be like, give me some head, or like, I'm a fuck. Like, you know, they always on that type of time. And so this doesn't seem uncharacter like for a lot of rappers, anyways.
As a response to her saying she likes his shoes.
That's
yeah, very
wild.
weird, but I mean,
Bro.
This is Ian Collin.
Yeah, bro. We be laughing at shit like this, like it's funny, but it's like, yo, if that was my sister, my daughter, or like my mom or cousin, like I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but just like I just know I would be ready to crash. I'd definitely be ready to crash, and like this shit wouldn't be funny, gang. This shit would not. It's not funny. So yeah, bruh, this is fucked up. This is low-key kind of fucked up.
Surprised by this. Now, of course, these tweets aren't proof it happened, but with the fact she's been trying to spread awareness.
Them niggas do look like they do weird shit like that, though.
Again,
look at these niggas.
Proof, but with the
gay
fact that
niggas, man.
most of these guys here,
there's nothing wrong with being gay, by the way.
Allegations, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Anyways, so eventually she would post a phone call recording to her Twitter. She captioned it, "Recording of Playboi Carti yelling at me after I tweeted about what he did to my friend." At this point, I'm not going to tell her story for.
Yo, you got beat up in a hotel. Oh, she did say that. Damn.
The activist beat me in a hotel room that same night, and yes, I did tell the police.
This was 2 days ago, mind y'all.
Another message.
Also, I was there when he and Ian Connor. I didn't witness it, but I was in the next room with her boyfriend, and she told him. No, wait. Okay. See, but here's where the story gets a little bit weird now. This is where it gets weird because it's like, because he said she was in the room with her friend's boyfriend. Why was she in a room with 2 rappers by herself without her boyfriend? In the room next to that one. Why was she in a room by herself? Like with 2 rappers, and you was in a room with her boyfriend. Not saying she was doing anything with her friend's boyfriend, but just that. Okay, now it starts to get a little weird because now I'm in my head asking why. Why would she be? If I have a girlfriend, she's not going in a room by herself with 2 niggas, or like she's just not going in a room by herself full of niggas. She's not. Like if I have a girlfriend, she's not going, especially with 2 rapping niggas who got that ego and that just touching like. You are like, no, it's not happening. And I'm not going to just be sitting in the next room like a waste man, like just letting my gal get clapped or like letting them do whatever, flirting with her. Like this is where the story starts to get weird. Let's see what happens after this. Or did anybody think to go? I pray somebody asked the question, why was she in a room without her boyfriend for rappers?
Also, I was
That's the question I want to know.
Connor assaulted my friend. I didn't witness it, but I was in the next room with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And she told him in detail what happened immediately after.
So she told her boyfriend right after. Why was he not in the room? That's what I'm just trying to figure out. Is why wasn't he there? Like you supposed to be like her bodyguard, essentially, man. What you doing?
If she wants to tell the story, she will. I'm not going to. So let me play the phone recording now.
I won't touch you, bro. It's bitches out here who do that for me. Bro, dead ass. That's what I'm telling you. And I tell your mom that, bro. Dead ass, bro. Dead ass. Like, it's whatever, bro. I'm calling your ass. I have your number. You wrote a article on me, nigga. I have your name in my DM. All that. So all that shit you talking, bro, it look kind of crazy, bro. Like, I got all this shit, bro. The fuck? Only reason I'm calling you, bro, because it's called, yo, what the fuck? Girl off the drugs, bro, and she's like, honestly, I don't know. So actually, you should talk to your mom, bro, and tell her what the fuck you got going on, bro. And you can try to slander nigga's name because you're a hating ass girl, bro. And that's just you. You crazy, bro. You got it. I don't even know what the.
This nigga talked to himself for, she said, what, it was 20 minutes? She went on mute, essentially. This nigga talked to himself for 20 minutes. You ever seen that meme of that nigga yelling at the brick wall and just, that's what he's doing right now.
What's going on, bro? I just go on your page and you tweeting, done, did this and that and that. And then these lame ass, I don't even know. They don't do bro, what? I don't care, bro. But don't say nothing that's not true. Say what's true. And if anyone is mad about me, because I want to last night, and I probably, what I do? I don't know what the fuck I did. Tell her to call me. Matter of fact, I'll call her as I got the phone to you. But me and you, bro, what? There's nothing for you to, what? You just mad. You sound mad. Nigga think they this shit, so you want to lie. Nigga, what? Come on, bro.
I'm just recording
in my DMs talking about to use they clock or something else. Bro, come on.
This nigga's hot. I just want to hear more context because I'm still stuck on the boyfriend part. Why was she in a hotel room with rappers, 2 rappers confirmed, whoever else, by herself and her friends, in like her friend and her boyfriend was in the other room. Now, this is 2016, so Carti was starting to get some motion for sure. He's picking up speed. He was hitting his stride. But like, why? That's just he didn't really break through fully till 2017. But still, he definitely had some clout. But it's like, was she like a group? I'm just trying to figure out, like, why was she in a room without her boyfriend and her friend, and they were just chilling in a room together without her? Why? What the fuck? Like, that's the only part I'm trying to figure out. That's where it's a little like blurry for me.
Like dead ass, bro. You need to get your life together, bro. Cause you look
Damn.
crazy.
He said you need to get your life together. That's fucked up.
I called you if I didn't know you, bro. I had your number in my phone.
Wait, I'm sure her aunt.
LLIE, bro. I had your number. It's not even like your own, so it's good. Just stop lying, bro. The shit you got going on, that's y'all too, bro. You should have went to that room, bro. Dead ass. But other than that, don't come at me with no butt shit, bro. Don't, right? You don't even have that.
I ain't gonna lie though, too. I do think as a homie, you supposed to hold your homie accountable. Like, I tell people all the time, like, yo, if we homies and like you don't take care of your friend, and you don't take care of your, like, say I got a homie and he don't take care of his kids, he like a deadbeat dad. That's not my homie no more, nigga. Cause like that's how you treat your kids. Not only can I imagine if that's how much you care about your kids, how much do you care about me? But just on top of that, that's evilness. That's nastiness. I'm not fucking with nobody who treats other human beings like that, because that's just nasty. You know what I'm saying? That's gross. I would hope women are the same way. If you got a deadbeat girl who just cheats all on everybody, treats everybody wrong, like, I would hope you would leave them the fuck alone, because it just says something about how they view people. You know what I mean? And how they treat people. That same guy one day could be your son, your brother, your father. That same child could one day be your nephew, your niece, your brother, your sister. It could have been you at one point. So I agree, you gotta hold your homies accountable. So he shouldn't just be like, nah, that's my homie shit. Nah, nigga, your homie is a reflection of you too at the end of the day. Look at YSL. Look at YSL.
Don't come at me talking about what I should be doing, what the fuck I'm doing, bro. Let me do me, bro. You do you, bro. You don't fuck with niggas. Don't fuck with niggas. Don't come to nobody's show.
Right.
What you talking about, bro? You put everything on yourself.
Yo.
Don't get scared of somebody. Nobody, bro.
Oh shit.
You know, I'm not, bro. That's a waste of my time.
All right, guys. Now listen. I don't mean to be that guy. I swear to God. I just like to get the full scope and info. You know, I'm a Virgo. This is what I do. But I just found her Instagram, right? Like, just really quick. I just want you guys to look at her Instagram. I'm not saying fully, like again, I do think there is definitely validity to what she's saying, but this is her Instagram name, Jezebel Church Pussy, right? That's her Instagram name. Because I keep trying to figure out, why was her friend in a room with 2 rap? Why is she? Just why? You know what I mean? That's the part that initially doesn't make sense. And this is some of the post, right? Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying that she's lying. I don't think she's lying, you know. But due to her name, and it's kind of giving groupie a little bit. Like it's giving like they were there on some groupie shit, and maybe she got fucked. She regretted it or some shit. The whole groping thing, that's definitely out of balance. But like maybe she got fucked, or like she wanted something more. Or like they just dogged her, and then she just wasn't fucking with it no more. So she was like, hey, he actually I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Peer pressure is a motherfucker too. Maybe she just felt peer pressure to do it because she was in a room with rat. I don't. Who the fuck knows? But there's something she's not telling us about this story. Because again, I asked, why in the fuck was her boyfriend and her a room the fuck over why this whole thing was going on? Where the fuck was like why were they just there? Why didn't she call for like why didn't nobody, you feel me? Like why didn't I don't that's the only part, and it's just like okay, women who are anybody who's did this and that out of bounds. The people who do that need to be prosecuted. But there's sometimes as well that people put themselves in situations to get preyed on. People put themselves in the position to become victims. I'm not. It's not victim shaming or saying you should have not got. You should have like bite his off or you should have. That's not what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is if you look at that girl and her name is Jezebel Church, and her friend was in a room with rappers without a boy, it just sounds like this is what they kind of do. If you get what I'm saying, like groupies, like you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. I really don't know because I wasn't there. And there, like I said, there's parts of the story they're just not telling us. She's just not telling us for whatever reason. But was she trying to paint a narrative? I understand why, but still, like that's if like you know what I'm saying, very important information.
You just
Not come at me, bro. Don't come at me, bro. I'm the wrong one to come at. I'm not these other niggas, bro. Come at me and say
This
you want to
zesty vampire.
bro. Man down, bro. You better ask somebody, bro. I'm dead ass, bro. I ain't bro. I can pay somebody to do some shit, bro. I don't fight, bro.
This nigga said I don't fight. That's real though.
Don't play with me about no false shit.
Do y'all think y'all can beat Playboi Carti in a boxing match? I heard he's like 6'2", 150.
So,
He got long arms.
dead ass. Cause if it's true, it's true.
Just wait.
Then take it to court, nigga. Don't
Take
come
it to
at me
court.
with no false shit, bro. I don't give a who you with. Your mom, your dad. I don't give a. I'm
He said take it to
82,
court.
Bro. You got me f***ed up. I ain't asking from none of y'all. I ain't asked you to come to my show. I ain't, bro, what? Wasn't relevant to today, bro. I don't have to be relevant to you, bro. You can try to burn my name all you want, bro, but that's lame on your part, bro. Dead ass, dog.
wait 1 sec.
Dead ass. Damn. Come on, bro.
This nigga been talking in circles.
You lying on niggas, bro. You dead ass lying on niggas, like dead ass. And if a nigga fought you, bro, why the fuck you come, bro? I used to gonna let
Why?
you know why you ain't call the police, bro. Cause they beating on you, bro.
I'm not. I'm just recording it.
Hello.
Yep. Mhm.
Why you didn't call the police? Uno was
So the video didn't really give
Damn.
us much apart from Carti really shouting at her and threatening to beat her for 4 minutes straight. It seemed like he was angry
He did not threaten to beat her. He threatened to get a woman to beat him up. To beat
because he
her
was
up,
being tied in with all the stuff that Uno did. And at the end, he did question why the girl didn't go to the police after Uno apparently beat her. But we'll get onto that later. So yeah, Carti was probably very angry as the girl was putting out those tweets accusing not only him, but all of his friends of those terrible things. Which obviously didn't make him look great. So he probably wanted the girl to take them down and stop talking about him. Firstly, a lot of fans were questioning if this was even Carti in the first place. I mean, personally, I think it is. If any of you go watch clips from Carti back in
That's definitely Carti's
2015
voice,
or
without a doubt. Yeah,
2016,
that's his
it
voice.
sounds just like him. Even fans in the comments are agreeing it's him.
It's
Bro,
him.
I've been a fan of Carti for the longest. This is 100% Carti. He's just a lot younger here, but sounds like he's innocent.
Who thinks that's not Carti? What the fuck? That's obviously his voice.
It was something personal with her and Uno, and she tried to blame it on Carti, but this forever ago, who cares LMAO. You sound like a new
That's
fan,
crazy.
search up old vids of Carti talking from 2015, this vid ain't new, it's 10 years ago. Honestly, I might even play a video for comparison, but yeah, it sounds just like old Carti.
On my mama, because I don't talk to them.
Yeah, that's Carti.
All they can say to me, they can be like, oh, they can, some say I changed on them because I thought they was on the same shit was on, but they not. That shit was on, bro.
Yeah, that's Carti's voice.
Replies and the amount of people are liking it. All the replies, most people are agreeing that it's Carti in the phone call. But as I said, it doesn't really show any proof of Carti actually doing anything or showing proof of anything. Like really, the only evidence so far is the girl's tweets and her saying it happened in these TikToks. Now, I'm not saying this to disprove her claims, I'm just stating that there's no evidence, which honestly, in most cases like this, there isn't much evidence, which of course is quite unfortunate. And especially now that it's 10 years later, they obviously can't do much about it. Now, the girl did post more videos of her explaining what happened while showing pictures of her and Ian together. Now,
she I'm trying to figure out, like, is she like a... From her post, I didn't get she was like a music blogger, a someone who works in the industry. She might, but it's like it's like she's around these niggas, but she's not. She hasn't said anything that about her working for or around these men. So it's like, if you're not there to work for them, if you're not there to like network with them, there's only one other thing you're there for, and that's to get or like to take your, like, be a groupie. You feel me? Like it just sounds kind of groupie-ish, and it's like, yo, like it's gonna be hard to take a groupie like serious, because you're a groupie. You put yourself in a position where this person automatically has power above you because you view them as like a god of some sorts. So it's like more times than not, you're gonna comply to do whatever they do because they have, it's a power dynamic. It's a power imbalance. You know what I mean? The feelings take over you and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, you know,
all that Ian
I don't know,
stuff,
man.
I don't even
This is
doubt,
weird
because the dude's got like over 33 allegations.
Oh
so
shit, yeah, pack that guy up.
And I mean,
he's not a weirdo.
Carti,
That nigga's
he's
guilty.
Got multiple assault.
Yeah, these niggas. No, they're definitely. Oh yeah, Iggy is there. Yeah, no, these niggas are definitely guilty without a doubt, for sure. Even if they're not guilty for this one, they're guilty for one of those other ones. But it's kind of like, I'm just looking at it from a sense of like, I don't know, like it's just weird. Like why were you in the room without your boyfriend full of niggas? That's just the only part I'm trying to figure out, is why.
Cases, but no SA ones, but still a terrible person, so I don't doubt it. Maybe this Black Silk baby girl can get her friend to come out and speak on the allegations, if she wants to, of course. Then Uno and Fani. I mean, personally, I'm not like a fan of them, I don't know too much about them, but if they're hanging out with Ian and Carti in the first place, they're probably getting into the same trouble as them. And actually, let me play this video because it explains what went down, and apparently the police were actually there.
Anyways, I posted it on Twitter, and my Twitter is Black Silk Baby. And here's a really ugly picture of me. I think this was in 2016 or 2015, I don't know.
Baby.
Of me and Ian Connor, and this is my vehicle, and we're sitting in the...
That looks like Juice WRLD. You said Ian Connor. Where's Ian Connor at, though? I only see Juice WRLD. Is that Juice WRLD? Oh, no, never mind. That might be Ian Connor. That might be Ian or Connor. Yo, her first post is a pinned thing of Playboi Carti being arrested. Yeah, I don't know.
Trunk of my car. I drove them to North Carolina for one of Carti's shows.
Right.
And
okay, so she was, it sounded like she had some sort of relationship with him.
He and Man Savage. Me and my friends were like basically teenage groupies.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. So again, listen, not taking away, fuck it. I'm not gonna keep saying that shit. Y'all understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. Now, first off, the boyfriend's a waste man too, for going with your girl to be a groupie. Like, you just sitting in a hotel room with your girl while she's being a fucking groupie. You're a fucking waste man alone too. Like, cut your dick off, put it in the bin, you're cooked. But you see what I'm saying, man? You can't put yourself in a now granted, it's on the man or like whoever has the power advantage in dynamics like this to have some sort of character and not be scum of the earth and see whenever something's not right and say no or avoid it. But a lot of people aren't going to because like, hey man, it's decisions at the end of the day. So yeah, man, we got to get better with shit like this, man. Like, because this groupie shit, there's so many groupies who've been assaulted, all these things they're talking about because that's the position you put yourself in while being a groupie. You know what I mean?
I'm not like proud of that, but like a guy that I was friends with at school started getting famous and was having shows with people like Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Yachty, and we could get in for free and we could hang out backstage and be on the stage with them, and it was fun. It was fun for a while until it wasn't, and you would have done the same thing. Also, I'll try to tell the story of what happened.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people would have, so can't judge her for that per se. Even if you do, a lot of people do the same, especially teenage, especially young girls. That's what the whole thing is about.
With Uno the activist without getting this taken down, so I'll have to censor myself. But basically, he invited me to a party at a hotel room.
That nigga look like Juice WRLD. I swear that looks like Juice WRLD.
And
right?
I was with my gay boyfriend, my gay friend that was a boy.
Yeah.
And he told me, he told us it's going to be a big party. We should show up.
Right.
And I guess he thought I was going to come alone. Mm-hmm. So he didn't invite my friend. He invited me. But I brought my friend. Sorry, I'm telling the story really bad. And then I showed up to the hotel room. It was just him and one other guy. And then me and my friend. And we were very confused why there was no one else there. So then we wanted to leave. And he was basically trying to make me stay and get my friend to leave. And I don't know what him and his friend were planning on doing to me, but I was not having it. And then his friend pulled out and that was obviously extremely terrifying. And me and my friend were like fighting back because he was saying like, no, I'm not leaving without her. And it escalated very, very quickly. And then Uno just started like me up, basically. And I eventually got out of there. When I got out, the police had arrived and they like went in. They didn't arrest him, but they like were asking me for a police report and stuff like that. The neighboring hotel rooms, I guess, had called the police because it was very loud. And they asked me if I wanted to press charges, and I like thought about it because they said I didn't have to decide right then. I could like decide later. And I thought about it, and like I was about to go to college and stuff, and like I just didn't feel like doing that. Like I just didn't feel like going through a whole court process.
That's understandable.
And, like,
that's understandable.
Possibly getting a lawyer and stuff. Like I didn't even know what that entailed. I was a teenager, and I knew I just like wanted to be rid of that night from my memory because it was very traumatic. Mm-hmm. It's not as much anymore. Like I can talk about it and I'm totally fine. But during that time, I just like I just wanted to pretend it didn't happen. And we had together a few times before that night.
Right.
So I guess that he assumed that that's what was going to happen that night. And yeah.
So in this video, she admitted that her and her friend were basically teen groupies, and they thought hanging out with these rappers was cool and fun. She drove them to Carti shows, slept with Uno, and was, as she said herself, a rapper groupie. In that video, she mostly spoke about how Uno assaulted her and never ended up pressing charges because she didn't want to go through the whole process of that as she was about to go to college. Which of course is very unfortunate, as this is probably what happens with a lot of these cases. I mean, it happened with Carti's pregnant girlfriend assault case. The girl never ends up pressing charges. The rapper never faces consequences for his actions. At most, they spend the night in jail and continue doing these things with no repercussions. So before we kind of go into everything that happened, break down what happened, what fans are saying, and just kind of final thoughts, let me play you the final clip from the girl that exposed all of
your favorite
Great ad
movies.
placement. Great ad placement.
So we have everything out of the way.
Right.
The parasocial relationship you writing dweebs have with Carti is very pathetic. You don't know him.
Right.
I did know him. And this isn't like my first time speaking about this. I haven't been like completely silent until now, and I
That
was
is
like
true. She has
anticipating
receipts.
his new album drop.
She has
so I could like,
receipts.
I don't follow his music career. I didn't know he had a new album. I put that song on it because it was the first Carti song that came up. I've been talking about this, or I did talk about it right after it happened in 2016.
She did.
I posted about it after
That's
that.
true.
The writing dweebs came for me again, and I just like got tired of it, and I didn't talk about it again for.
This sucks too. Like, you know, I was, you know, initially I was, what's the word? I was skeptical because the whole boyfriend thing that really definitely threw me off. But I don't know if she was saying like her boyfriend she said in a post it was her boyfriend, like those friends' boyfriend. So I don't know if like she said boyfriend like he was gay or like I don't know. The story's a little bit all over the place in that. But I I feel for her too, and like you know all these people because it's like we've created a society in this patriarchal society where when a woman comes out and says she's been hurt, she's been violated, she's had anything wrong done to her by a man of status, a man that people have put on a pedestal or love, it's always met immediately, especially by the fan bases of these men and those of that community. They always immediately, without ever, unless they see a clear video, it's nasty to think you have to see a video. And it's like these are the same guys who come from women, mind you. We come in this world from a woman, have moms, daughters, and cousins and sisters, right? And their first thought is not, hold up, let's hear her out. Hold up, let's distance ourselves from this person for a second. Let's distance ourselves from both of these people and just see the situation for what it is and put ourselves, or if one of our siblings or somebody we knew was in the situation, and instead immediately go, the bitch is lying. She's trying to hate. It's because his album, or like, it's just haters gonna hate. Like, it's nasty. It's very gross, you know? I see why certain women are scared to leave the house or don't want to. Like I was telling my homie a while ago, I said, shit, nigga, I see why women hate us, nigga. The way we act when, or like the DDG and Halle Bailey, like the way we act when, or the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard or whatever her name is, like the way we act when stuff like this comes up and it has to do with women in pain and protecting women and women going through things, and the way we as guys, specifically, I guess the guys in those fandoms mainly, treat these women and perceive them and publicly shame them. It's no wonder why a lot of women say they hate men. Like I completely understand why, because shit, nigga. Damn. That's fucked. Even if she she was lying her ass off all the way, which I don't think so, because she had the 2016 receipts. I just think there's a parts of the story that get a little rocky, like how at first she didn't say that she was sleeping with the guy named Uno, and now she said she would. Like there's just part, or she's like a groupie. Like there's just those parts that it's a little like you can't really withhold information like that because it gives more context to why you were even in that situation. And it's not to say you shouldn't have been in that situation, but sometimes you shouldn't have been in that situation as well. But damn, that's fucked, man.
Few years, but I came across my yearbook, and then I was asked about Carti, and I posted stuff about him. It was like, that's why I'm talking about this now. You motherfuckers asked. You guys asked me, did I know him? Tell me a story.
Yeah, she is right. She didn't bring up. She was talking about it on Twitter, but she didn't bring it on TikTok. She just said she went to school with these niggas. That is true. They asked, so she told.
Worry about him, ball.
But she probably posted that like in hope somebody would ask, just so she, like, you know how like you're talking to somebody and as soon as you bring up one person's names, they're like, how do you feel about this? And then they just go on. It's almost like they were waiting for you to ask. Like this low key probably what she was on.
Blah. I told you, and you don't like it because you wanted me to glaze him
and say he was the greatest before he even blew up.
Yeah. There's not a statute of limitations for me to tell a story about something I experienced in my own life. It doesn't fit the god complex cult-like narrative that you little dweebs have about him, and you don't like it. Sorry, not my fault. And then you can call me a lot of things, but you can't call me a fucking liar. I do not lie. So like, let me get this straight. The people that are saying I'm lying, what you're saying is that in 2016, I devised a plan
Right.
so that I could make up a story and post about it on the internet and
I don't
then get
believe
all
that.
of my friends in on
10
the story.
years? Yeah, 10
and then
years?
I sat
Nah.
just anticipating his most anticipated
And a
album.
phone call?
I waited 10 years to be able to tell this story just so when he was at the peak of fame, I could bring him down. And then I predicted TikTok and that I could use this story for TikTok clout. Like, it doesn't make sense. How could I possibly have just created this story and do y'all think I used like AI to create the phone call with him? Like, what are you saying? Are y'all cool? And no, I don't have direct evidence of what he did to my friend. A lot of times people don't have evidence for those sorts of things.
You can't possibly, because it's like when you're going through that, you're scared, you're nervous, and you're not thinking of how am I gonna tell him this nigga, or how can I get some evidence. You're thinking of how uncomfortable you feel and how you're just in this situation. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna have evidence more times than not. That's normal. So I don't think just having that evidence of like a kid or something like that, it just should be the basis of convicting somebody. There's definitely ways, you know, I think, but yeah, that's a dumb take kind of too, to just say, oh, there's no proof that she was like, what do you want to be a doctor and go in her to see if she like, is that what you're that like you guys see, like, I see why women hate her. That's so, it's like the woman can't win regardless. They can't win regardless. If they speak up, they'll have backlash. Their whole lives will be turned upside down. If they don't speak up, then they must have liked it. Then they must have done something wrong. Or if they don't speak up initially and they want to speak up later, once they mature and they grow wise over the years, they're trying to ruin somebody's career. Why didn't they say this later? Why didn't they say this later? Because all wounds, because every sickness, because it's not like when cancer first shows up, you automatically feel it, right? Right? It's not like when cancer shows up, it doesn't take a couple months for you to see it, to realize that it's cancer. Right? Like as soon as it pops up in your body, you automatically see it and feel it, right?
I was there though, and I believe what she told me. And what her boyfriend told me, who was also there.
Okay, okay, she did have a boyfriend there. That's just the only part I'm still trying to figure out is the boyfriend part. I'm not gonna lie. What's the fuck is up with the boyfriend just there, not doing, just like a waste man, just sitting there, an NPC?
I didn't go like collect DNA evidence and like put hidden cameras around him 24/7. Like, this is not a criminal trial. Like, I have no obligation to prove anything to any of you people on TikTok. None.
So in summary,
okay. I just trying to figure out the whole boyfriend part, and again, her name is Jezebel Church Pussy, so it's kind of like, it sounds like her, and if her friends anything like her, it sounds like they put themselves in situations where men, especially men that don't respect women, will violate them. And you know, having a name like that, it speaks before you even open your mouth. It's like, it sounds like there's no boundaries with you. So you know, that's the only part that's just a little weird to me. But yeah, protect the women, especially black women. And I'm not saying believe or don't believe, but assess the situation. Breathe. Don't be so quick to make a decision. Breathe. Wait. Just listen. Besides that, though, man, I'm out. I'll see y'all.